Next weekend, where you can walk amongst the animals at the Oregon Zoo to support breast cancer patients, survivors, and research.
The More Than Pink Walk gets underway Saturday, August 24th, benefiting Susan G. Coman. Joining us to talk all about it this morning is Tyler Pagel, the development director with Susan G. Coman, and Michelle Kaplan, a breast cancer survivor. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate the time.
This is really exciting to see the Susan G. Coman More Than Pink Walk coming to the Oregon Zoo. So Tyler, tell us a little bit about this event and really what this does for your organization.
Yeah, it's our annual fundraiser here in the Portland area, and as you mentioned, no better venue than the Oregon Zoo. Super family friendly. The 9-year-old and the 99-year-old and everything in between can enjoy a day at the zoo, benefiting Susan G. Coman's vision of a world without breast cancer.
And so how do fundraisers like this help? Why is this a big deal?
Yeah, it allows us to fund the mission of Susan G. Coman. We do that here locally. Just our last fiscal year, $418,000 giving to local breast cancer patients in the Pacific Northwest, so they don't have to choose between rent or radiation. Tangible money in their hands to support their breast cancer journey.
And that is fantastic help for patients and survivors like Michelle here. Michelle, share with us a little bit about your journey and why this is such an important cause for you.
Thank you. I was diagnosed in April of 2016, and 6 months before that, I had a mammogram, my annual mammogram. I have a history in my family, and went and had the mammogram. Everything was fine, and 6 months later, had a regular checkup that I almost didn't go to. So one of my messages is always go to your doctor's appointments. Don't skip your appointments. And the doctor discovered a lump in my left breast, which then discovered that there were 2 other lumps as well. And many tests, mammograms, biopsies, etc. Later, I had invasive ductal carcinoma and had a double mastectomy in May of 2016. So I've been 8 years cancer-free.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. And organizations like Coman have been there for me and supported me, and I'm incredibly grateful. It's been a journey. It's a constant journey. The journey doesn't stop.
Well, in breast cancer, it's one of those. I mean, you can say this about all cancer, but breast cancer being one of the most common, it affects everybody some way, shape, or form. Yeah. In your case, it's direct. You know, sometimes it's a little more indirect. My mom is also a breast cancer survivor, and many people have that story, and sometimes it doesn't end with the word survivor. So thankful to be able to say that sometimes. So that's why walks like this are so important to raise that money. What can people expect at the walk? I know we talked about it being at the Oregon Zoo, but of course, Michelle, you'll be there. What can people expect? What kind of fun is in store that day? Yeah,
absolutely. The stage program, the whole day in reality celebrates survivor and our goal of more survivors. And so we'll honor and celebrate those. There's of course a time to pause and remember those lost too soon to the disease. And then the walk portion of the day is really enjoying a day at the zoo. We will follow the parade of hope, follow those survivors out of the arch, and then get our steps in by painting the zoo pink. So ultra family friendly, ultra inclusive, and again, no better venue than the Oregon Zoo.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you see all of the shades of pink. It's such an iconic thing. You know immediately, like, oh, this is helping in breast cancer research and support. But Michelle, to have an organization like Susan G. Coman who can come in and say, we've done this before, we've got this handled, what support do you need, how can we help? What does that do for someone who is facing a cancer diagnosis?
It's huge.
Yeah.
Many people, I'm fortunate. I have an incredible community around me. I have a lot of support. I have a lot of friends. We're very entrenched. We've lived here for 30 years. We're very entrenched in the Portland community and in the Portland Jewish community. And so I had instant support, but not everybody does. And the Coman Foundation is there for people who don't have, for a lot of us who don't have that support, who need the finances to help pay for the radiation, who need this, just even to have somebody go with them to get chemo treatment or radiation treatment. So having that, it's like having a buddy to go with you to all these appointments.
Absolutely.
And if my husband went with me to all those appointments, but not everybody has that we have a lot. Even in our community, we have a lot of people who are lonely and who need that support and who need someone. We have a elderly woman who is lovely, and she moved here from California, and she's by herself often, and she always comes whenever there's something that's breast cancer related. She comes because she feels the community around
Yeah.
her.
Even just to
a
be around
huge
other people
piece
who
of
get
it.
it, who know what you're
Exactly.
going through.
It's a huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Tyler and Michelle, really appreciate the time.
Thank
This is great
you.
to highlight. I'm glad we're talking about it. And again, the More Than Pink Walk starts at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. That's August 24th at the Oregon Zoo. You can donate and register right now. We have the link attached to this on coin.com.
Yeah, go get signed up. It's going to be a great time.
8:41 right now, and after the break, Move It Monday, going to wrap up the show with some summer stretches.
Stretch it.